3, 2, 1, go!
Zootopia is about racism. That's an odd thing to say, but it's true. While there have been plenty of animated movies in the past that have had themes of prejudice in its subtext, this movie has it right in the forefront. However, that doesn't mean it's good, and that doesn't mean it's bad. Our main character is Judy Hopps, a rabbit who has dreamed her whole life of being a cop. However, everyone, including her parents, feels like it's impossible and feels like she should try doing something more simple, like farming. And let me just say, anyone who thinks farming is easy has not grown up on a farm. She achieves her dream and becomes Zootopia's first rabbit cop. However, she is given the lowest job she can be given and isn't expected to do any actual police work. Along the way, she meets Nick Wilde, a fox who is a hustler and swindler. She ropes him in on a case that she has staked her job on, and they look into the disappearances of many different animals, and of course, hijinks ensue. The best thing I can say about Zootopia is it creates a very unique world. The city itself feels like such a unique place and very cool to look at. Also, our main characters are well done. They play off of each other very well, and they are well voiced by Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman. However, I would say that the side characters leave a lot to be desired. I especially don't like the chief of police, who has moments where he accuses Judy of lying to him about something, and I just want to say, look, I bet if you look at the cameras or at the evidence around you can tell that she's telling the truth. One of my biggest pet peeves of mine is when police do not act like police. Like if one officer said to his boss that something dangerous happened, no way would they just say, nah, I bet that didn't happen. They would look for evidence, and if they didn't find anything, then maybe they would question it. Now, I know that they are playing it up for the prejudice theme that he doesn't take her seriously much, in the same way I bet the first women on the police force were unfairly treated in the same way. However, I think that is the biggest problem I have with this film. I feel like it gets lost in its own message. Judy is symbolic of women in male-dominated workplaces in the world as they are still struggling for equality. And Nick is more symbolic of being someone who has prejudices placed on them because of things that are out of their control. Nobody trusts him and thinks that he's always up to something because he is a fox, in the same way that someone can be judged by their skin color or where they were born. I think that the movie gets so lost in telling its albeit important message that it falls on some typical moments for the story. I can't tell if it was easy for everyone else or if it was just me, but I could tell what the mystery was and who the villain was about halfway through the film. Now, that doesn't make the film bad by any means, but I don't have a good feel on what this movie would be like if this movie got a sequel. Would you still make it about prejudice? If not, well, what do you do with it? Since these characters are made around these character types, you kind of make them a one-trick pony. In the end, I like the movie. Good humor, good animation, good characters, but I would say there is nothing extraordinary about this film other than its ability to tackle such a risky message in such a clever and clear way. And you know what? You gotta give it credit for that. I feel like it does send its message in a way that kids will understand, and it's important to get this into their mind as early as possible, because if recent events has taught us anything, that the message is still not getting through. And I have to say that looking at the movie Zootopia as a whole, I feel like it earns a 6 out of 10. It is above average movie. It is not a movie that I'm going to returning to over and over and over and over and over again, but when I have kids, it's definitely one I want them to see. P.S. Did it bother anybody else that there were only mammals in this world of Zootopia? I mean, why cut out reptiles or birds? I mean, that's very strange to me.